all collectively cut the crap and stop pretending like this book cover does not belong in the Louvre? Hello, it's Katie Colson here. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're here to talk about a new extreme horror debut, Mayfly by CJ Leede. Now, I knew nothing going into this book. Like, I'm so serious. I knew literally nothing, but this cover sold me hook, line, and sinker. I'm obsessed with this cover. It's like, I'm so serious when I say I want to get print. A giant poster board print of this and put it on my wall. Like, I am obsessed. So I just got it. Okay, started reading it, and in this video, I started not knowing what it's about, and then I kind of piece it together throughout the video and tell you about it. But if you're wondering if you want to read this book and you want to know, I'm going to tell you what it is now succinctly because I have thus finished the book. So, what Mayfly is about, we are following our main character, Mayfly, who during the day, she plays Elsa at Disney World alongside her best friend, Kate, who plays Anna. Now, they basically are just like chain smoking, drinking, reading all these like literary classic, like horror books, love Halloween, doing drugs, like all this random stuff. It's very like sex, drugs, rock and roll. But at night, Maeve does everything possible to withhold playing Patrick Bateman a la Psycho because she's got urges that she doesn't want to act on because they're not socially acceptable or legally acceptable.
I know my behavior can be erratic sometimes.
But when Maeve's best friend, Kate's brother, Gideon, moves to town and takes an interest in Maeve, he starts to awaken the monster that she's trying to hide behind the princess. That's all I'm gonna say. I will say, before we get into this, if you're just gonna watch the beginning and you're not sure if you wanna read this, it is gross. It is extreme horror, and normally that's not my thing. It did not bother me, but if you're like, oh my God, that'll be like such a cute, fun time, it goes there. It gets there, okay? So just be warned.
Oompa loompa doompa da dee. If you are wise, you'll listen to me.
But anyway, let's jump right into the video. Hello. We're having a impromptu opening because if I don't do it now, I will never do it. I decided that I want to try and vlog Mayfly by CJ Leede? I have no confidence that that's the author's name. I'm sorry. It's going to be up on the screen, so hopefully you're seeing it there. I know nothing about this book. And I don't just mean like, oh, like I kind of have a vague description. No, I literally know nothing because this cover is so stunning. And at first I was like, oh, it's going to be like an extreme horror. I'm probably not going to want to read it. And then I saw it popping up like on BookTube and Bookstagram for people that are not like extreme. That was so rude. My alarm cut me off. Anyway, I never heard what people were saying about it. So I truly am going into this book knowing absolutely nothing. So since this is horror, I'm hoping, well, I mean, I assume it's horror. I mean, look at the cover. I'm assuming going into it knowing nothing, hopefully it's gonna be a good thing. But yeah, the audiobook is very short. It's like 7 hours long. So I'm only gonna listen to it at like 1.5 because, I don't know, because I want to. So anyway, I am going to start listening to that and I'll pop back in when I know something about the plot. Things we're not gonna discuss any of the background, okay? It's just you and me. You and me, I am the only person you see. Well, I am the only person you see. I am the only thing you see. Everything in the background doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. I'm gonna need you to let me gaslight you into believing that, okay? Because I'm not gonna clean it up. Not right now. I came to you. I'm like, I didn't even check. I think I'm like 17% of the way into this book. It is so short, like shocking. And it's so easy to listen to. Like, even though I'm only at 1.5, I've been listening to it for like, I want to say like half an hour and I'm already like 17% of the way in, which is freaking crazy. But as far as I can understand, because again, didn't read the summary, based on the little that I've read so far, I think it's like 5 chapters in, is that we are following a main character who they don't use the words because I don't know, copyright, I have no idea. But she works at Disney and she plays Elsa, and this girl, that's her best friend, Kate, plays Anna, and they're weirdos. In the most entertaining way possible. Like, oh my God. Like, they're just like chain smoking, drinking, and then going out and talking to children. Or like, oh my God, the Kate at the very beginning, she has this little boy on her lap and she's talking to him and her nose is bleeding because she was just doing like rails of cocaine. I'm like, you know what? I like the vibes. I like the vibes. I like the vibes. We're following that, and Kate is her best friend, and then she has a ailing grandmother who was a big player in Hollywood. By the way, this is happening in Hollywood. A big player in Hollywood, and was famous and gorgeous and is now basically comatose. And the main character is like, okay, based on her degenerative liver disease, I think is what it is. She goes online and looks up like how long will somebody live and takes that as gospel. Like, oh, she has like 2.5 years left. And she also goes online and looks up how long it takes when somebody moves to Hollywood before they get their big break. And it says that it's like about 5 years. And Kate is an actress and she wants to make it big. And she's been in Hollywood for about 3 years so far. So our main character is like, okay, so she has about 2 years left before she's gonna leave me and become famous. And then I have about 2.5 years or whatever, like until my grandmother passes away. Okay, like I can, up until that point, then I'll be alone forever, but I just need to like savor these 2 years. Now, of course, the world, I'm assuming, is not gonna go according to the internet's timeline, but yet to be seen. But yeah, the writing is so good. I don't know what this book is about, but we're getting the present timeline where she's working at this park, Disney, and then also flashbacks of when she went to live with her grandmother and the relationship between her and her grandmother, which is very interesting. Very interesting. Just the vibes, like the Hollywood horror vibes are potent. It's so good. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading because honestly, it's kind of hard for me to step away from listening to this audiobook because I'm eating it up. It's so good so far. Okay, Mr. Gideon. Mr. Gideon. Love that name, by the way. It's Kate's brother, which is so funny to me that their parents are like, I'm gonna have a son, name him Gideon. Okay. Like Knights of the Round Table is giving, but make it in space. And then I'm gonna have a daughter, Kate. Like, that's so funny to me. Especially coming from a Katie who loves her name. Why is my trash can open? We're doing great. Okay. Gideon is, for some reason, very interested in our main character. And I keep saying our main character because her name is said so little that for some reason it feels more appropriate to call her the main character. I should stop doing that. I'll stop doing it in the next one. In the next clip. But she is not into him. She's like, listen, no. Like, I have my little dalliances on the side, but like, you're being annoying. Like, get out of here. And he just keeps coming in. Like, there's something about you. I like you. You're a freak. And I'm a freak. So we should get our freak on.
The f*** you doing? She's trying to f*** me! What?
And if you think I'm being dramatic, no, I'm so serious. Like, he is just adamant. And in the funniest way. Like, not in a creepy way, in like a, I'm rooting for him. I like him. And, okay, let me give you one example, okay? They're at a party, and a book falls out of her bag. And when I tell you the next time he sees her, he's like, oh, I went and bought that book and I read it. That's the hottest thing I've ever heard. That's the hottest thing I've ever heard.
Shut up and take me.
Because he's like, I bought it and to get to know you better. Gideon, Gideon, you might as well be on one knee. Anyway, I'm going to keep reading. I think I'm like, how far am I in right now? Like 30%? 30? I don't know. Anyway, catch up with you in a bit. Bitch, it is only like 15 minutes from the last clip. What the is happening? What just happened? I'm not even kidding you right now. Okay. I was putting away my groceries. Making some coffee. I'm sat on the ground, surrounded by my groceries, my little headphones in, listening to Mayfly. And what happened? What happened? Happened. If you know, did not see that coming. I thought, oh, like, this is going to be one of those, like, in your head horror. Like, she just thinks certain things. Nothing's actually going to happen.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
And when I tell you I was sat on the ground, surrounded by frozen goods, just sitting there, my mouth open, fridge open, everything thawing out for like 15 minutes. Terrible for the environment, terrible for food. Don't do that. But I was not able. I was like looking around like I'm in the freaking office and I'm going to look into the camera. Like,
does anybody see what is happening right now?
I'm so glad I didn't read the summary of this book because I have no idea what it could even say. Like, what's the book about? I don't know. I mean, not about, like, I get what's going on, but what is the book leading to? No idea. Jail, probably, or hell. I don't know. Okay, I'm 39% of the way in, and I'm finishing this book today. I'm finishing it today, and when I tell you I'm only listening at 1.5, I've only been listening to it for a few hours, and I'm already 39% of the way in. This is going to be a good day. This is going to be a good day, okay? And that's what I need right now. So pray for me, and hopefully I need to set a timer to remind myself to talk to y'all, and so that I don't just finish the book and come back and be like, LOL, which I feel like I do all the time. Okay, pray for me that I plan appropriately. Question. Have I been sitting in my car for half an hour listening to this book and playing games on my phone? Yes. I could just go inside. I will right now because it's hot. I had my sweater on before and it was cold. Georgia doesn't know what it's doing. But Alyssa, I think it's so funny that she literally has almost the same packages that I do. Like, mine's a little bit not as hot pink, but I think it's so funny that she wrote her name right there. Like, Alyssa, honey, your name is on the label. Like, She's hilarious. I don't know what this could be. Like, literally, it could literally be anything. Like, Alyssa, if you don't know, if you're not on my Patreon, Alyssa's a freaking wild card. We call her the chaos coordinator. This could just be like human teeth to be. Oh my God, speaking of teeth, in Mayfly, the tooth. Why was I like, oh my God, that's disgusting, but then also like, yes, bitch. Yes, bitch. This little package. Did you make this? This is fucking funny. This is so funny. Did you make this? It's a keychain of a VHS of signs being pulled out of the sleeve. That, for starters, the artistry, stunning. If you didn't make this, who did? And why? Because the only human beings I can think that would want something like this would be us. You, me, and Amy are like legit the only people that I can imagine would want this. I hope you made it. I really do. I really hope you made this. This is so funny. This is the only thing that could have distracted me from my book. I knew opening this would be a good time. Okay, I'm gonna go inside because I am starting to sweat. Okay, it is obviously many hours later. You saw the sun going down, but I'm 75% of the way through Mayfly. This deserves... It's still giving 5-star. It's still giving 5-star. What is going on? I don't know how this book is going to end. Like, I genuinely do not know how this is going to end. Maybe if I'd read the summary, I would know, but I don't think so. It's a character study. That's what I'll say. It's a character study. Maeve is very A24. Like, think about a main character in an A24 movie, horror movie, and like, that's this girl. She is unhinged and weird, but like in the most interesting way that you cannot look away from. Like, it's a crash, you know? Like, it's a train crash. A train crash? You get what I'm saying. You can't look away from it. And I'll also say that I feel so bad for her. Like, I don't know if other people felt this way. I can't wait to go and watch people's videos and look up people's reviews and stuff because I haven't seen any, but I feel so bad for Maeve. I am relating to her in such a way, like, not, if you read this, you'd be like, you're relating to this girl. But what I mean by that is relating to like her loneliness and her fear, like constant fear. Like, she is a 6 type, Enneagram 6. She is so afraid of change and the relationships that she's built abandoning her. And she has like a timeline of when those things are going to happen, and they're happening faster than she thought. And it is so sad. Like, it's so sad. Her friendship with Kate, I feel like I am the main character and I'm like holding on to Kate as like hard as I can with no actual proof that she's gonna go anywhere. But in my brain, I'm like, oh my God, but she could. That means she will. And I'm like, oh my God, am I Maeve? Like, what am I doing?
I make loneliness work for me. My best accessory? Loneliness. Yeah.
Anyway, I feel so bad for her. You know, arguably I shouldn't. Inarguably, I shouldn't feel bad for her, but I do. I really like her. I like her a lot. I'm so glad that this cover is living up to the insides. Okay, I am going, what am I gonna do while I'm finishing the book? I guess I could put away my stupid laundry, but I kind of don't want to. I'm gonna finish this book unless I pop back in with something else. Unless I pop back in, then the next time I see you is when I will have finished the book. What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? CJ Lee, what do you mean? What? What? I need a margarita. Double margarita has been made. I have to discuss this on Patreon with people that have read it before I talk to you, because I have so many feelings. I'm 78% of the way in. 78% of the way in. And I've been reading it all day. And when I tell you I'm trying to read it so slowly because it's so fast and it's so short, I'm listening to it at like, I think 1.6 times the speed, which is nothing. But I'm like, I need it to last. Like, I need it to last. I literally had to stop and start watching YouTube videos because I was like, it's going to be over too soon. Wait, where are you, Alyssa? Where are you? Are you reading it digitally or the physical book? Because I need the fucking physical book. It is like literally the most stunning cover I've ever seen in my life. Y'all, what the fuck is happening? What is happening? I got to 93%. 93%. And I was like, I did not get up. I was not moving around. I was like, listening. I'm going to have to watch this live back because I know my facial expressions. Wild. 93% of the way in. I'm still obsessed. Still obsessed. I totally understand people not wanting to read this because it's gross. It's fucking weird. Like, I get that. But if you're okay with all those things, this is gold. It's gold. It's gold. Yeah. Finish the book. I need to know too. Yeah. What? This book has crack cocaine in it. Methamphetamines. Methamphetamines. This book right here? This book right here? 5 stars. 5 stars. This, best books of the year. Top 10 best books of the year. Amazing. Stunning. Fantastic. Gory. Horrifying. Brilliant. Beautiful. Poignant. Deranged.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before.
What? What? Like, it's gross. It's weird. It's horrifying. It's dark, but also fairy tale. Like this, the way I'm describing this is the way that Rouge was described, but this gave what it said it was going to give. Like, oh my God, literally, whoever said that earlier, that this is American Psycho, but for the girlies. Yes. 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 I won't say what happens in the ending at all. I'll just say like what my feelings are about it. Fresh off the press, my feelings are, this book is perfect. It's perfect. I think that like the ending, it's something that like when Alyssa said it hurt, she was like, oh, it hurt my feelings. Same. It's not what I wanted to happen, but it makes sense. So the author did what they needed to do. Also, oh my God, let me check it. Who is CJ Lead? The hottest woman I've ever seen. Oh, it was enough just to confirm that CJ Lead was a woman, but like, this is unfair. This is a perfect specimen. Is this a debut? Am I reaching to say I want this to win best debut for Goodreads? Like, is that a reach? Because I really wanted to win. The iconery, a debut. I don't know what to say. I need to formulate my thoughts on, or maybe I don't. You know what? I'll probably just use me talking about it on here in the video. And then just, that was close. Dudette, zone? Why did my mind immediately go to AutoZone when I was saying dude? Actually, that checks out. Dude, AutoZone, that actually really checks out, to be quite frank. I loved this book. I loved it. Top 5 best books of the year. I'm so glad that the beautiful gown was not just a beautiful gown. This cover matches how I feel about the inside. 5-star cover, 5-star book. Okay, I feel like I probably already said all the things I needed to say while I was on live stream, but I am going to say that if you are leaving here, because I hope I did get all the thoughts I needed to say about loving it out on the live stream that were non-spoiler. If you're leaving now because you don't want any spoilers, because I am about to go into spoilers here in just a minute, if you're leaving now, then leave the fly emoji. Leave the fly if you have not read this book yet, and tell me if you're planning on picking it up, or if you're like, you know what, Katie, I had fun watching you read it, but it's too much for me, which, very fair. Very, very, very fair. But I am going to put some big signs on the screen and a time marker, chapter? What am I talking about? In the video saying that I'm about to talk about spoilers, so if you do not want to be spoiled, I am departing from this video for you for now, and you can come back and watch the spoiler parts after you've read the book. It's very fast. I read it in one day. It was so freaking good. Okay, I'm getting into spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Gideon. When I said I didn't want that the ending of the book, I get it, but I didn't want it. She kills Gideon. She killed him. And I get it, because like her animal instinct, the predator instinct of like, he knows what you did, kill him. Okay, but excuse me? What? No. And you're telling me there's gonna be a second book and Gideon isn't gonna be in it? I hate that. I hate that. I hate it. I hate it here. I hate it here. How did CJ Lead, one, write the most like American Psycho for the girlies, like extreme horror, but like Disney princess extreme, like that she wrote in 2023, but she also simultaneously wrote the greatest ice hockey romance of the year and then kills him. I was so mad about that. Literally, he was like, I'm just like you. I'm like you. And she's like, I hated that. I love that whenever we go to that bar and Maeve says that there's a jar with teeth in it, and she's like, oh, it's probably fake, but who knows? Every time she kills someone, she puts their teeth into that jar. So part of me is like, did this jar start out with random teeth in it and then she's just been adding to it? Or was this hers all along? And I also love that the bartender does not give a flying. He sees her doing this. He doesn't care. He doesn't ask questions. He makes his tips and he goes home. Honey, he does not care. And I was like, yes, service employee. Yes, I get it. I mean, I'm sure he's talking trash with all the other bartenders and servers and stuff, but like, he's not going to say anything. He's not calling the police. Maeve is a regular customer. He's so real for that. He's so real for that. I really was frustrated and so hurt by Kate in the end. Not frustrated and hurt because she didn't deserve to do what she did and say what she said, but because I was like, because we're in Maeve's point of view, am I not getting the actual like reality of their relationship? Because in the end, Kate's like, I want to do something for myself, and all you do is worry that I'm going to leave you when I've never shown any inkling that I'm going to do that, and you're sabotaging this relationship, and now I have to extricate myself from it because it's gotten so toxic. And I was like, was that happening the whole time? Was that happening the whole time? And Maeve was like gaslighting herself? I don't know. But when I tell you, I felt so freaking bad for Maeve. I felt horrible for her. Like, horrible. And yeah, she's a serial killer. Yeah. And still one of my favorite characters of the year. I adore Maeve. I'm really happy we're getting another book with her in it, but I really wish Gideon had lived and the next book would have been them killing somebody together. Because if she gets with somebody else in the next book, throw the whole man out. Throw the whole man out. Unless it's a woman. Then we have a series on our hands. That would be sickening. Anyway, okay. I feel like I should just stop here. If you want to read the book, you're going to read the freaking book. There's probably a lot more spoilery things that I could discuss. But I'm not going to, because this video is probably already too long already. If you've gotten this far and you've gotten to the spoiler part and you're going to leave an emoji, leave the tooth emoji. Now that I see the cover and I know what all of it means, especially her licking the eyeball, oh my God, that was crazy. Also, oh my God, the grandma taking her down the basement and being like, I'm introducing you to your grandfather. And it's his like skeleton. Amazing. I loved it. Okay, anyway, sorry. Let's wrap it up, Katie. I hope that all of you are having an amazing day, evening, night, dusk, dawn, whatever it is you're having, in whatever part of the world you are currently having it in. And I will see you in a video coming very soon. Bye.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all.